Hi. I am really nervous and afraid and raw and scared to do this. But about a week ago, I posted a blog titled Rediscovering Self. It's Tantra Rediscovering Self. And I knew after I posted it that I wasn't done, that I had more to share and to talk about and to be vulnerable and share more of myself and be seen and peel back more layers and more and just show more. I talked about how when we went that there was her facilitator was amazing. She was this wonderful woman who walked us through this feeling of what we would get out of Tantra with some meditation. And I'm going to own that leading up to it, I threw the biggest fit that I've thrown thus far in my spiritual journey. And I threatened a beautiful goddess with throat punching and that I wanted to kill her because I was so afraid of being vulnerable and being seen and sharing that intimacy with someone and discovering more about myself. It did just absolutely terrified me. I did it multiple times leading up to the actual Tantra, which occurred on a Saturday. And then that following week is when the Lionsgate opened. So I had big things happening in my life and had changes at home as well. But anyways, so on the day of Tantra, this woman talked about how we would have this self-love and this love for everybody, and that you're going to walk away from these exchanges and just feel so much love and connection. And for me, I did not walk away with that. I was very vulnerable. I was very triggered. And it brought up a lot for stuff that's just happened in this life. And I realized that I never learned or cultivated true intimacy and connection with another person in this life. And I'm learning more as I've awakened for that connection with self. And it's scary, and it's being vulnerable and allowing people to see that side of yourself. And I know through and through every fiber of my being that I've done this before, and that in other lifetimes I've had that intimate connection and had the connection with my twin and been in union. And I'm looking forward to the full union in this lifetime and having that connection. But it's extraordinarily scary, and it's hard. And I've continued to throw a little bit of a fit, but I'm doing the work, and I've been so open and to the point where I feel everything. And it's really overwhelming at times. But it's important as we're on this journey and we're embracing ourselves and we're being the divine feminine goddess that we are, or if you're divine masculine, and letting those feelings come through. And it's okay to cry. I've cried every day for over a week, and to the point where I had my young child tell me that I had cried enough, and really I hadn't, but that's okay. And it's being authentic and showing up with others in your life. And I am at a point in my life that I expect authenticity from those that are in my circle and part of my journey. And we have no choice. We're being called home. We're asking to, the universe is telling us, and we're sentient beings, we have to ascend, which means that we have to be open. We have to be vulnerable. We need to express ourselves. We need to speak our truth, live our truth, And again, it all comes down to authenticity. And it doesn't matter how it shows up in your life, um, but it needs to. And you should want that. And hopefully you do want that. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. Um, I don't know. So I love each and every one of you. I hope that you're having an amazing journey. I hope that you're allowing this new energy to flow and that you're readjusting to it and absorbing it and retuning yourselves and knowing that there's the timeline shift that's coming up, that we're going to be continuing to be flooded with this energy through the end of the month, and that you're doing the work that you need to do for you to be on your journey. It's hard sometimes. And there's days where I don't want to. I just want to lock myself up and say, no, it's not going to happen today. But there's not a choice. We're being called, and it's time. And the next wave of twin flames are being called up to create the space and be on the path and the journey. I know you guys can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great evening or morning or whatever time it is where you're at, and that I am sending each and every one of you love and light, and I bless all of you, and embrace yourself, love yourself, connect with yourself. All right, thanks. Have a good night.